Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, or I should say on the line. He's running for U.S. Congress. We have the brother Gary Chambers.
Gary,
Welcome,
what's
brother.
up, King?
What's good, brother? How are you?
Blessed, black, and highly favored, man.
Every day.
You know.
tomorrow-
Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm going to say, so tomorrow's election day.
Absolutely.
So let's get right to it. Why should people vote for you? What's needed? And why should people vote for you, brother?
Because for the last 5-6 years, I've been helping make change in our community without ever being elected, moving hundreds of millions of dollars in resources to divested communities. And the truth is, we've been voting for the same people over and over and not getting different results. And that doesn't benefit the community. Louisiana ranks 50 in the nation, 45 in healthcare, 48 in education, 50 in opportunity, 50 in environmental quality, 50 in crime. And so, voting for the same people over and over isn't going to help us move this state forward.
You're known, man, for taking a stand at the school board meeting last June. That was the video that went viral. Mm-hmm. I think you was trying to get the name change of the high school, Robert E. Lee, and you called out a school board member. Was that what motivated you to get into politics?
Nah, I actually ran for office in 2019 for state senate.
Wow.
And was unsuccessful because at the time I didn't have the platform that I have now and the ability to raise money the way that we have. We've had over 14,000 contributions from around the country to help power this campaign. And that wouldn't have happened without that school board meeting.
Wow.
Absolutely. Wow. So you cheated. I thought you just you was prepared. I was like, damn, this brother's spitting. But you were already in the game.
I've been advocating in the community, and really, Charlamagne, what it is I met my politicians and just felt like we could do better. It wasn't nothing personal, but I've been pushing for change in my community, watch grocery stores close, hospitals close, and people showing up at press conferences complaining. And I was sitting at tables with organizers that were willing to go put in the work to solve some of the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what got you into politics?
Looking at the condition of my community. I was actually just a small business owner trying to push and grow my company, feed my daughter. And a brother named Lamar Johnson here in Baton Rouge was arrested and then taken to parish prison, and they said he hung himself. This was in 2015.
I remember that.
A few weeks before Sandra Bland. And I wrote a column about it. 40,000 people read it. And I was just a black man concerned about another black man dying in my city. And that kind of brought me into advocacy, and that advocacy evolved into me finding out about some of the disparities that exist. Baton Rouge is a city that's 56% black, but we get less than 5% of city parish contracts. So we paying into a system that doesn't pay back into our community. And as a small business owner, I wanted to see that change. And then, I just had a platform, so I used it.
And you got endorsed by our Black Party, too.
No doubt about it. I really appreciate that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's big for us.
How important is it for us to have our own political party?
I think it's critical. I think, and I told West this when I had a conversation with them, one of the first things that happened when we qualified for this race was we got an email from a Jewish brother asking my position on Israel, right? Before we could ever do anything, they were advocating for their community and their constituency, and we should be doing the same as black folks.
That's
right. And do it so unapologetic.
That's right. That's right. From a historic perspective, how important would this win be for you?
Man, we found out, my grandmother passed away in January, and we found out this family document that went back to the first African in our family here. And she was either the property or the mistress of a man named Philman Thomas. Philman Thomas fought in the war 1812, Charlamagne, and he was a general, and he took the city of Baton Rouge, but he was also the congressman for the 2nd Congressional District. And so my great-grandfather, 4 generations back, was a white slave owning man who was the congressman for the same district that I'm now running in. Mm-hmm. I would have never known that had my grandmother not passed and had I not been in this race. And so for me, on a personal level, that's monumental because we get to kind of redeem time. And I want his name removed from anything that I can get his name removed from because he was a slave owner. But for the people of Louisiana, I think that it's an opportunity to show that, in the words of Andre 3000, the South got something to say.
That's right.
To push and move a progressive agenda for the state that ranks 50th in the nation. And, you know, people love our culture, our music, our food, but do you love our people enough to come down here and see about us to make change happen for Louisiana?
You know, Gary, I'm from South Carolina, right? Born in Charleston, raised in Moncks Corner, so it's a beautiful thing when we see like the John C. Calhoun statue come down. But then sometimes I feel like, man, that's just symbolism. Like, I want real systemic change, not just, you know, taking stuff off Uncle Ben boxes and Aunt Jemima and taking statues down. Like, so what does that actually mean when we get these names changed and stuff?
I think it's an opportunity to right some of the wrongs. I want both. I want the tangibles and the intangibles, right? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, when we fought to change the name of Lehigh, you know, that's because my daughter is potentially on the track to end up at that high school one day, and I don't want her diploma to be have a biggest name on the top of it, you know? And so I think that, you know, these people were very intentional too. You know, they did this at a time when they were trying to intimidate our grandparents. And so I want to be intentional about honoring Black folks who have done hard work in this country to make it what it is, and we get erased. And so symbolism and substance is what I'm looking for, brother.
Absolutely.
Well, get out there and vote tomorrow.
One more thing. For people who say Gary Chambers, because I want to talk to you some more, Gary, but I know you got a lot of stuff to do. So next week when you win, or tomorrow, or, you know, we'll have you back on, and maybe in person. But for people who say you don't have the experience, what would you say to them?
I think the question is, what has the experience gotten you that the people in this race have had? We rank number 50 in the nation, 45 in healthcare, 48 in education, 50 in opportunity, 50 in crime. That's not the path forward. If you vote the way you always voted, you're going to get what you always got, and you're going to end up at the bottom of the map.
That's right.
That's right. Well, get out there and vote today, tomorrow. Make sure you vote for the brother Gary Chambers, and hopefully, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, we'll be talking to you next week. And we'll talk about some of the things you got in store for Louisiana, brother.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. Peace, King.